Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Jokes on Me. At this point, I don't even know which one we're on. Number 7, number 8? I think we're on number 8. And let me get out of the way. These are all the books that we have read so far in the previous 7 rounds or 7 episodes, and we are right here. That's it, just right here. So that means it's time to pull another card. And I've decided for this one that I really liked drawing the card as I went. So that's what I'm going to do for this round as well. As we discussed also in the last episode, I think we are exactly 50% of the way through our deck. So we've used half of the cards. All right, draw number 1, y'all. It's a queen. I get to buy a book. Okay, great, because there's a brand new book coming out and I really want to buy it. So that's what I'm buying. As I have discovered, that is literally just for me to buy a book. I don't then have to read the book. However, actually what I was looking at over here is I do have a book still that the only way I can read it is to buy it. Okay, yeah, there's only one book over here that I still have to pay for, and that is The Thorn Remains. But I'm just going to save my buy a book and see if we get that, since I don't really have to do anything for it other than I get to buy a book. So here's what we have. It's a jack. Okay, I have to unhaul another book, y'all. My little stack of potential unhauls is getting smaller and smaller every time I have to unhaul a book. I'm so scared. It's not a joker. It's a 9. We just get to move forward 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Short book. Yes. Is that going to set me up for something in the future? Now I'm so paranoid when good things happen to us. Okay. We just drew 3 cards, but we moved 9 spaces and I have 1 book. So let me go find which book is the shortest book. And then that's what I get to read first. Okay, it comes down to 4 pages. This one has 160 pages and this one has 164. So I'm going to be reading Ironclads by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I'm really excited about this. So this one surely won't take long. It's 160 pages, but it's the beginning of a new series, Terrible Worlds, Revolutions #1. So let me get on that. I will be back when I'm finished. Okay, I think this is the beginning of me getting sick. It is. There's just a few days left in March. I woke up today with a sore throat, but it's kind of not going away. It's lingering. I've got a lot of videos to edit in my work today, but I don't have a lot of things to do. Anyway, my throat is hurting is what I'm trying to say. And I just went and laid down and finished reading Ironclads. I mean, it was like a 4-hour audiobook on 1 time speed, so it did not take me very long to finish it. The cool thing about this is it is what amounts to a TV show or a real quick action movie where a group of soldiers are sent in on a rescue mission for the equivalent. I'm giving you the equivalent. Like if they're sent in on a rescue mission for a senator's brother who is gone missing behind enemy lines or whatever. The only difference is this is set way in the future where there's mechs and there's very cool technology and the rich and the powerful corporations, their sons, they call them the sons. I'm assuming it really legitimately is their sons, but it could be just whoever's next in line to run the company. They get these very protective mech suits and they fight in the wars, but they're pretty protected by this gear. And so one of these guys goes missing, and this group of, technically from the American military, but they can't show that they're affiliated with the American military. They're called in to go do a job. There's espionage. There's betrayal. There's all kind of stuff. There's love a little bit that happens in this book. And I liked it. I thought it was really good, especially for how short it is. He did a great job of really making me feel these characters and who they are and what they liked and wanted and everything about them. So I really liked it. I would like to not draw a card because I'm scared. This is like the furthest we've gotten around the board almost. I can't remember exactly. Like, I think we got one further, one over to the longest on our shelf. But I think that's as far as we've gotten. And I'm scared already for what is coming next. Ugh. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. That was 1. There's number 2 and 1 more. And what I think I'm going to do is go lay down and rest. I have 7 videos that are able to be filmed, but only 3 of them are for clients. I don't mean filmed, I mean edited. I have 7 videos ready to be edited, and only 3 of those are for clients. So maybe I'll do the client work today, and then I'll take a break on everything else. I'm so scared that this is a joker. Is it a joker? It's not a joker. An 8. So I still get to move forward 8, and then I just do the opposite of what it says. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Start a series. So it wouldn't be starting a series. It would be completing a series or reading a standalone. I don't know what the opposite of start a series would be. Finish a series? I hope not, because I don't think I have any ends of series on here. I have standalones and I have middle of series, but I don't have any end of series. That's not true. Waiting for the Flood might be the end of that duology. Let me look at some stuff. Okay, well, Waiting for the Flood is definitely not the end of that series. And then I checked The Becoming by Nora Roberts to see if it was the end of that series, and it's not. So, what about the end of a series as far as it's done? Because Don't Fear the Reaper technically does not have the 3rd book out yet. That is definitely a technicality. It comes out in less than 12 hours, so that doesn't really count. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is just not the opposite of start a series, but just not book 1 of a series. That's what I'm going to do. So it's not quite the opposite, but it's not what the prompt says. The prompt says start a series, and I'm going to not start a series. And I think, since I don't feel good, I want to read Queen of Hearts, which is the next Royal Spinous. It is definitely not the beginning of a series. It's not the end, but it's not the beginning, which is what matters. So, whoops. So I want to take my sore throat. I've got me some drinks over here. I'm going to have a tea, and I've got a water, and I'm going to go lay down and read. And then I will force myself to come in here and edit my client's work today. But then that's it. I think I'm just going to let my work push till tomorrow. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I will check back in after I read Queen of Hearts. I know it's going to be good. It's Royal Spinous, and I love that series so much. So that's where I'm going now, to get cozy with my mystery. Okay, I still don't feel good, but I'm probably going to finish reading this book in just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the next card. I'm scared, though, because I've actually been making progress around the board. My son's going to draw this last one. If you could draw an 8 or a 9, I will finish this game. Okay? Are you just going to randomly pick a card from the middle of the thing? Okay, here we go. Somebody can see what they are because we can see the cards, but I'm not going to look at the camera. Oh, I told you what to get, didn't I? Okay, sorry, hold on. Let me turn them around for me then so I can see them, because I can't sway what you pick. And then I can see what you're going to get. Oh, I need to mix them. Oh, so I can't. Okay, so he wants me to close my eyes so that I can't see in order to make a face for him. So here are the cards, and you can pick one. I've shuffled them around everywhere. He can't see at all what he's picked, and I have no idea what he's picked. A 7. Okay, first of all, we have a pop-up, of course, that came up on the screen. But 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a recent purchase, and we are 1 away from finishing the game. Okay, let me see. The most recently purchased on my list. The only ones I own on this list, I own Don't Fear the Reaper, and I own High Stakes. High Stakes has to be the most recently purchased because I just bought that last week on Kindle so I could read it. Okay, so High Stakes is only available on Kindle. It's not an audiobook, so that one might take me a little bit longer. So I'm almost finished with Queen of Hearts, which first of all is just as fantastic as I knew it would be, and I'm getting really tired. I did take some medicine, so my throat is feeling better, but I don't sound great, and I am definitely tired. I cannot believe what this board looks like. I am so worried about the next one. What if I make it all the way around? Wait. I just realized that he drew a 7, and so I've got to jump across the board. Did everybody else realize that before I did? Okay. Someone's last 5-star. I just want to find someone's 5-star then. So I'm sure there are multiple books on this list that somebody gave a 5-star to. I super just want to do Don't Fear the Reaper. I think I'm going to because I really want to have that done before the month of April. So who cares? I feel like I'm cheating at this point. Y'all just gonna give it to me because I'm sick and I don't feel good and I want to read about Jade. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. I just finished Queen of Hearts right here. I made it a little bigger and it was just as good as I knew it would be. It had a little bit of a different, instead of a murder mystery, we were dealing with a thief, a jewel thief. I feel I'm in the sickness where I feel horrible in the morning and I feel horrible at night and I feel pretty good during the middle of the day, but it is nighttime now. And so I am trying to tell you about this book before I go lay in the bed. My reading has definitely slowed down, which is fine. I've got a few days left in March, which I know all of these jokes on me are coming out in April. But it's because I had so many other videos planned that I just didn't know where to throw them in. And I've just decided in April that they're just going to have to get thrown in. So when I finish editing them, they just go up. So I didn't even think about how my hair looked. You know, when you're just in that mode that you don't feel good and you've just been laying around watching TV or reading books. And then you look at yourself and you're like, oh, this is what I've been looking like all day. So anyway, I did feel much better earlier in the day, but now I'm starting to kind of go down. So I'm going to grab me some medicine and then I'm going to go upstairs and go to bed. I can't tell you too much about the Queen of Hearts other than to say Georgie got to take her first trip to America and it was fantastic. So everything about it. The voyage over on the ship and then everything they did, they took a train from New York City to Reno, Nevada. So anyway, it was very good. Just like I knew it would be. I really liked it. So the next one I'm reading is Don't Fear the Reaper, which is supposed to be someone else's 5-star read. But I know that somebody in the world gave it a 5-star read. And I got something in the mail yesterday that made me very happy. So let me show you. The Angel of Indian Lake. Book number 3 came in the mail. And here are some questions that I have about this book that I know y'all can't answer. And maybe we'll all know the answer to this soon. But this book is written by Stephen Graham Jones. I only see Stephen Graham Jones' name on it. The Grady Hendrix little blurb says Stephen's writing is a chainsaw. You know, the first book in this series is called My Heart is a Chainsaw. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And then there are some review blurbs on the back here, but that's it. But when you get this book on Audible, I'll just show you. Yeah, when I'm looking at it right here, it says The Angel of Indian Lake, Stephen Graham Jones, Stephen King. What? He's listed as an actual co-author for this book. I do not understand. It's got this listed as his newest book. I see nothing that says Stephen King on this whole thing. So I'm thinking that might be an error that somebody at Amazon put in there. I mean, I got an email because I follow Stephen Graham Jones and Stephen King on Amazon. I got an email saying that Stephen Graham Jones had a book out today. And I was like, yeah, okay, I know. And then I got one saying Stephen King had a book out today. And I was like, this is his newest book. If you like it darker, that's coming out in May. So I was like, Stephen King's book came out today too? So I clicked on it. No, it had the same thing, the Stephen Graham Jones book. So I'm super confused. Although, if it gets a bunch of Stephen King fans to automatically read Stephen Graham Jones, it might end up being a fortuitous mistake for our other friend Stephen. Anyway, I love it. I'm reading book 2 right now, which is Don't Fear the Reaper, which had a very cool cover on it. And when I first saw that cover, Don't Fear the Reaper, let's see if I can make it a little bigger. I thought it was a cord, like coming out of the wall, like some kind of cord. No, it's a hook. It's a metal hook. Anyway, that was just me being weird and not understanding what was happening. Okay, I am going to go to bed, like I said, but Don't Fear the Reaper is next that I'm going to be reading. We're almost halfway across the board at this point. I'm just assuming that this game never ends. Like there's no way for it to end until I run out of cards. And when I run out of cards, we're just calling the game over at that point. So I'm going to come check back in with you when I finish Don't Fear the Reaper, although I already know what happens and I already know that I love it. So I already did a review about it, so I'll just come back and say, yep, I still thought the same thing, or I don't know, maybe I'm going to have different thoughts about it. I think I will, because I remember that the first half of it was weird and slow to me, and it's because it didn't work the same pace or the same way as book 1, and then there is this flip and a switch about halfway through, and I think he did such a great job of it, because our main character was trying to be one way, which is how she is not, and that's how she was acting, because she wanted to be this new person and not like she used to be. And it was almost like Stephen Graham Jones was writing that way, like in another person's, I don't know, another person's voice. Like it just didn't sound like his writing at the beginning. And I think it was because our girl was not being true to herself, and she flipped and became who she was always meant to be, who we knew her as in the first book. And when she flipped, the writing flipped. Like, I think that is an incredible amount of talent and something very cool that I think Stephen Graham Jones can pull off and not everybody else can. I'm sorry. This channel has always been like a love song to Stephen Graham Jones's writing, and I don't think it's going anywhere right now. But I'm going to go enjoy hanging out with Jade again in this book that I've already read. I never reread books either, so that's weird. But I need to get ready for April. That's going to do it. I will come back and update you when I finish this book, and hopefully all of this nonsense will be gone. Okay, let's see if I can make it through here without coughing or my voice completely going away. I finished Don't Fear the Reaper. Okay, I had to go take a break and let Jane go in. Anyway, I don't reread books very often, and it was really nice to reread Don't Fear the Reaper, especially since the next book I'm starting is the next one. And let's look at this. I have books 2 and 3 like this. I got them both from from Amazon. I'm now noticing that Don't Fear the Reaper is a lot bigger. Let's see page number. 450 pages in Don't Fear the Reaper. And I don't want to give myself any, I know he's got a lot of acknowledgments. So if that's the last of the acknowledgments, 442, there's an 8-page difference. I did I'm not going to, Boulder, Colorado, 17 September 2022 for the Angel of Indian Lake. That's when he completely finishes writing and writes the acknowledgement. And the other one was 1 February to 10 April 2021 for Don't Fear the Reaper. And the first time I read Don't Fear the Reaper, I did not notice any references to COVID, but there is a reference in there, because if you've read any of them, this is not giving anything away. But in the first book, we have Jade Daniels writing notes to her history teacher in a few of the chapter breaks. And in this one, we have somebody sending what we think are notes to her history teacher. But then at the end, she references the fact that everything has to be concluded in emails because of the non-travel situation. I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but it doesn't come out and say it. But anyway, because we know it's happening. We know that the events of this happened in 2019. And so it's close to pandemic time. So the recapping that the girl is sending messages to the history teacher is happening during the pandemic. Anyway, all of that to say that this book was so good. Of course, like I knew that it would be. And here now I have a dilemma. So you'll know exactly real time when I'm filming this. It is March the 30th. So I can't finish another book before the 1st, because one of the things I have to do is immediately binge the next book. So I just finished this one, and I can't, the next book I have to finish is this one. So I can start reading something today and into tomorrow, but I can't finish it until after I finish this one on the 1st, so that I don't violate any rules in Jake and Stacy's game. All of that to say, let's see what's next. Also, if you have made it through 8 videos of this game, I have something to show you. I'm just going to give you a little peek of it down here at the bottom of this page. This is my version of the Joke's on Me, and I'm calling it Monstrosity. Okay. So, I'm going to play Joke's on Me until I finish this round. That's not true. I shouldn't say that. I'm only playing Joke's on Me until I run out of cards in this deck, or until I finish this round. That's what I'm promising. And I'm going to quickly count and see how many cards I have left. 24. I have 24 cards left. I'm going to draw one more for this round, and hopefully I can finish it on the 1st and then close out this one. But here is my next card. No, it's a 3. I'm sick. Okay, a 3 means that I have to do all 3 prompts. So I have to do a mood read, a sequel, and a random number. I'm real mad about this. Okay, the mood read. Let me look. What am I in the mood to read over here? I mean, look how many books I have left. I don't have that many left at all. I want something easy. And you know what? I also need something that I don't have to finish, like I said. So I'm going to do this time boxing. I got this. It's a nonfiction book. I got it from NetGalley, and I'm going to read it. And then it'll be a quick update that I can give y'all about it and move on with our lives. Okay, sequel. Come on now. Oh, I got to get all the way over here. Which one of these is a sequel? None of them. Oh, The Becoming is a sequel. It's book number 2. Okay, I'm NetGalley heavy this time because that's on NetGalley. Also, Nora Roberts should also be easy to do. And then we need a random number. Let's go. Okay, there are 26, but since I've taken 2 of them out, we're going to say pick a number 1 to 24. You can't see it, but it says the answer is 23. So if that's 24, the thorn remains is 23. So there we go. I said I was going to draw one more card to read one more book, and now I'm reading 3. But anyway, I'll be back April 1st to tell you what's happening. Okay, well, I finished time boxing. I feel a little bit better. I don't sound a lot better, but I feel better. Anyway, it's literally where you plan your day, and you plan it in such a way that you only do
one single thing at a time, and you kind of eliminate your distractions, and you're like, okay, during this however long period of time, I'm going to do this one item. I am looking at changing things up in the way that I do my work because I'm self-employed, and I wanted to read this book for that reason. Anyway, I think that it had some really good ideas in it, and if you don't know what time boxing is, I would recommend this book. I would recommend maybe not just getting the audio version. It does come with a PDF if you get the audio book, but because generally with nonfiction, I like to have the physical book so I can highlight things and take notes better and all that, I would definitely recommend that. Anyway, this was just a short jump in here about time boxing because I've got to read The Becoming as well and The Thorn Remains before this is officially finished, but that is it for time boxing, except to say that apparently Elon Musk does time boxing and his schedule is down to the 5 minute. I just wonder if he wakes up sometimes and is like, I would like to do nothing for the next 5 minutes. But anyway, apparently that's what his schedule is like. And he uses time boxing. I don't know. I definitely don't have that many things to do. But anyway, okay. So that is it about time boxing. And I'll come back when I finish The Becoming. Okay. I finished The Becoming. It was nice that I got another NetGalley book off my shelf. Yes, my throat still hurts. Actually, my throat doesn't hurt. I just can't talk. And when I do start talking, I start coughing. Anyway, I was wearing my hat. I took my hat off because I'm about to go lay in the bed. Anyway, I am stopping. Joke's on me because it is almost 9 p.m. on March the 31st. And tomorrow kicks off 2 readathons that I'm doing. I'm going to have the Aurelium readathon, which I've just been sharing the class schedule and everything I'm reading, and Battle of the Bands, which you would have already seen that. And that means between the 2 of those, there's about 30 books that I want to try to read in April. Now, one of them is a manga, and a couple of them are novellas. For the Battle of the Bands, I have to have 150 pages per book. So after I filmed the TBR and everything, I realized 3 of the books that I had chosen for the Battle of the Bands did not qualify. Technically, only 2 of them did because they weren't 150 pages. The other one was 151 pages, but it was the book after one of the other ones. And if I couldn't read that one, then I wasn't going to read the next book. So I've had to move things around and add in 3 more books that are not on that thing. None of that matters except this. I was planning to do Jokes on Me in the background as I was doing the magical readathon. But I forgot about the fact that when I'm not reading for the magical readathon, I've got to be reading for Battle of the Bands. So I don't have extra time and extra books to be reading in the month of April. So I'm stopping. I'm not going to read The Thorn Remains right now. I'm going to take that off. Magically disappears. And this is where I'm going to end this episode. And then we're just going to say that Jokes on Me beat me and I was unable to finish. And we'll just all go over and watch Bailey play her Jokes on Me. And hopefully she will make it further than I did. And then I will come back here at the end of April and we will talk about what May is going to look like and the new TBR games that I'm going to be playing and all of that stuff. So I'll definitely see you before then because I'm going to be doing an Aurelium vlog that I'm actually about to kick off as soon as I finish this. But I just wanted you to know what's happening right now if you've been following the Jokes on Me saga and how far we made it into the thing. Okay. This is the best time for me to jump in here as I'm editing and tell you that I actually completed the Jokes on Me 2 different times and didn't realize it. So Bailey has sent me a private message to tell me that each time I got a 7 and had to move halfway around the board, I was literally supposed to move around the board and not hop across the board. So
I'm still going to say that Jokes on Me defeated me because that's how I felt when I when I was recording this. But now I know that I actually beat Jokes on Me 2 times during these 8 episodes.
It's been a lot of fun, and I really like this game. And I read so many books. I started with all of these, which, I mean, that is a huge number of books. I added about 8 or 9 more books, and I ended with just these books right here not being read. So it was fantastic. I liked it so much, and I got a lot of books read, which was the whole point of the whole thing. I got all of these books done, plus these last 6 that I just did for this one. So if it accomplished nothing else, it helped me read a lot of books. And that is going to do it for this. That's going to do it for Jokes on Me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.